Hi, kids! Despite popular belief, I am not dead. I just haven't posted in a while. I went through a pretty bad experience with a close friend and just had to fade away for the trains for a minute. Just taking a look at the world and everything going on, all the fake things, and just trying to decipher, what's real and what's not anymore. These days, it's really hard to tell. I have been plugging away on a few projects. Here's that Union Pacific that I bought a couple months back, and as you can see, it cleaned up pretty nice. And I did discover a new way of, if you are cleaning one of these up, if it's so bad like this one was, I found out that with one of these permanent Sharpies, if you get this size right here, you're able to go pretty much right in on these letters and fill them back in. As you can see, that one was very faded. The next two, you need a little steady hand as you go. And if you do get any on the silver again, you can just wipe it off the same way you did originally with the compound. So that was a pretty cool discovery, because it's almost impossible to get a paintbrush down in here. But it is possible with this size of tip of a Sharpie. And I just picked it up. I thought maybe, just by chance we'd give it a go. And if not, I had a couple of Sharpies around. I did that pretty quick. And as you can see, the lettering is nice and crisp again. Gonna be going on a new trucking adventure. As you can see, finally springtime has hit. We had our last blast of snow this week, I'm hoping. And it's time to hit the road and make some money, I'll get home pretty regularly. And when I do, I'll post and keep you guys up on all the fun things that doing that job enables me to acquire. And that's something else I wanted to talk to everyone about also in this hobby. As you can see, there we have one side of the Union Pacific relettered. Nice, new, looks like original, cool stamping. Was able to get the front end pretty well buffed out nice. These were bad. What I ended up doing on the gray since it really didn't respond to compound very well, as it seemed to be a different type of paint than the silver. I sprayed Pledge on it, you know, just regular Pledge wood polish, and let it soak into the whole thing, you know. And I forgot about that technique, or I would have done it at the beginning, because it would have made picking all that stuff that was in these grills and behind here, inside this vents, and generally just stuck on the train was some type of it seemed to be like smoke pellet residue, but I'm still not really sure what it was. And as you can see, there's a little remnant there of one of the things. But for the shape that these were in, I'm pretty happy with the result. And at the end, like, okay, you can see here that this side of the Union Pacific has been faded from well, wore down from years before I got them. And also, you know, when you rub around there with compound, it's almost impossible not to take some of that black out. Because, you know, originally it was heat stamped. If we can get a close-up here. If you work with me, I'm by myself, of course, as always. I'll try to zoom in there. And I'm not sure exactly what size Sharpie that is. Ultra fine point, it's called. And you just take it and go inside the grooves. So, you know, don't worry about being a perfectionist with it. Because if you do screw up, you can take it back off with the compound again. Okay, that end was a little tougher to do. But like these eyes, things, and some things are going to require a second coat, of course. But we're trying to stay inside the lines like when we were kids coloring. And it's quick. Well, we've got the Union looking back again. Pretty good. Same thing with these letters up here. Just go inside the grooves. You know, you can take your time more than I am right now. And before you know it, you get the idea. You're going to have a nice restored herald there and lettering. There also is a black line up here on the top, which needs to be done, but we can get a brush on that. So, because I do believe if I tried to do that with the Sharpie, I would not get the satisfactory results I'm looking for. And like I said, some of them you'll have to let it dry a little bit. and go back inside. And it's as simple as that. So there's a nice, neat little trick. You know, for $2, we're able to restore the lettering on these. And I guess you'd have to really get a micro one if, or really, you know, I don't think this will fit inside. Nope. No, that's not going to fit inside there. So that's one thing. That project is almost complete. I've almost got both of them done. Did get the horn to work pretty good, I think. It still needs, you know, to sound and work. And what you do on that is, you know, get a Q-tip or a pencil or something, whatever fits and works. And just let it blast out for a while. What I found out on these two is if that annoys you and stuff, you just take something and set it over the top. Because, you know, what needs to happen is that coil inside there needs to come alive again. And as always on these horns, what's best to do is take a little piece of sandpaper. This is 1000 grit. And just, you know, go in there and clean that contact off a little bit. And the bottom one as well. Just ever so slightly. You know, make sure that they line up. And give them a little spray of our Magic CRC. Then after the horn blows consistently, you can get under here and adjust. Take one of these screws off and adjust the tone that will suit you. I've spent a lot of time working on those horns in my life, and I found out that you know, 95% of them can be brought back to life. Also, what you can do if the horn doesn't work at all, you can take the battery, set it directly on top of the horn, take the lead that comes from the horn, you know, and get a pair of wire cutters, cut it, set the battery on top, and put the lead directly on the top of the positive post. And this will shock the horn, and often that'll get them to get that first little going for you. But like I said, the best thing to do after that is to, you know, get a pencil. Pencil usually works real good. Right now I'm using a cotton swab. And you just gotta let the damn thing blow off. set something over the top so it doesn't drive you insane. And let it blow about a half an hour to, to get loosened out. You'll start to hear different tones as that whole system starts to get it back together. I guess I'll finish that other lettering on later today. But yeah, that's a cool way I found to get those letterings back. I'll sand these down a little bit where the paint is wore off, so it's not so it doesn't bleed through and look like it was chipped before. And we're going to take a little bit, just some of this black paint and artist brush, which I think I have here. Yeah, we'll take one of these artist brushes and just run a bead down there. Be a good idea probably to tape this off here on top and on the bottom where you didn't want the black paint. And that way, when you're doing your detail work with the artist brush, you'll be able to lay it out nice. And of course, take the body off. You can tape this also here off and go around with the black. Like I said, what I'll do is I'll feather these edges out where the paints came off already, so you don't see that coming through on the clean coat. You'll just feather that out a little bit. And it goes all the way around the train, so that'll give it a nice line again down there, and you'll have a nice black line on the top. And these should be just about a wrap, about as best as they're gonna get. But like I said, I did find that new trick with the Sharpie. You see how nice and crisp that is again. And if I didn't tell you, you'd never know how that was done. But that beats trying to really be the artiste and going in there with a artist brush, because it's just about, I won't say it's impossible, because some people are very talented, but it would be difficult. So that's one way of making your heat stampings come alive again. And okay, a friend of mine from YouTube also sent me this and said, Kenny, this thing doesn't run right. After I told, he's a younger guy, I told him how to oil it and everything, and he got some lubrication on it, which was good. But if you take a look at the way this is wired, there's actually, this is all held together. The field is together with the smoke unit, the light, and believe it or not, this is all tied together too, from the pickup going directly to the brush, and then the other brush is hooked up over here. Now there are ways to make a train run without any unit, going forward only, but what I'm going to do for this guy is just find a spare unit I have around here and clean the E-unit up and, you know, wire the train up right for it. Because it is a nice 665 or 685, I'm not sure. But also, you know, this is another big reason for the trouble is these dirty wheels. You know, we need to take those and get the Dremel on those. If you don't have a Dremel, which I didn't for years, you can just take some sandpaper and go along there and clean these wheels back up, because they need to be clean to have a good ground. So that's what's been happening lately here. As I said, I am going to be going out doing a new trucking adventure again. As you know, the job that I had, it was cool for the winter time to stay close to home and you know, try to be home every single day, because it is in the field of trucking, it's pretty hard to make money in the winter time anyway. And I figured also, you know, while I'm doing this, I might as well go ahead and shoot a nice coat of black on here for the young man, because the train still has good magnet traction. I ran it a little bit last night just to see what he was talking about, you know, and it has good magnet traction still, but you know, that dirt's blocking a lot of the magnetic properties right now. But yeah, I mean, I've had some come in, but what a wiring job this one is. Wow. So we're going to do some rewiring on that for my friend there. And restore the train and make it beautiful again for him. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I got the smoke thing unblocked. It was stuck up there. And I am not certain yet if the smoke unit works or not. But I think we have some. Yeah, I've got a couple rebuild kits here. So if it needs one, you know. And it doesn't matter, you know, with the pill thing, you can either put pills or run fluid in it. So it's not really going to matter. As you know, the pills are kind of expensive these days. So that's what's been going on over here. I have shifted the track over to the other room. I haven't had time to get the track up off the floor yet, again, but definitely going to be running an 080 or trying to do an 088 loop, because these bigger engines, you know, a friend told me that they don't like 072 track, and he was definitely right about it. Even though it says that the thing can run on 072, it doesn't like it, and it will derail a lot, and you'll be over there all the time, you know, messing with it. It's especially hard on a floor layout where the track's not permanently secured down. So it's nice to see everyone again. I will be trying to post as much as I can again. And we've got this tender too to look at, you know, which I just think it needs some lubrication. I don't think it's been opened in years. But, you know, of course, that will always follow that up. We'll have to take a look at the brushes and the armature situation in there. This is Ken at Lionel for Less. Everybody have a nice day. And as always, God bless you all. Thank you.